Hi, I'm Justin Harnish and welcome to the show. Why am I so passionate about gardening? I'm glad you asked. You know, in life there's good times and there's bad times, and when I am in the middle of a good time, getting outside under the sun, working in the garden, it just adds that extra layer of happiness. And when I'm in the middle of a bad time, getting into the garden, it can take my mind off situations, off all the crap, and can save me going off my block. What a beautiful day it is today, and I'd like to introduce you to someone. Ollie, come on, up. Come on. Yeah, this is Ollie, the newest member to Casa Harnish. Isn't he a beauty? He's only about 1.5 years old. He's my little helper now. Come. Heraclitus said the only constant is change. And over the last couple of months, this has never been so true for me. In fact, Heraclitus said a Herculean thing, and its meaning, ironically, has never changed. Now, needs be, as spring, my life has new beginning. The blooming daffodil and the asparagus spears will now forever mark the dawn of a new era. I've heard it said many times that if you're at the bottom, the only way is up. I feel so lucky to be born in a country where, if you put the effort in, that saying becomes true. If you try to preserve the past rather than learn from and build off it, you'll never grow. Like the struggling runt of the litter seedling that will never be as big, strong, or fruitful as the others, you need to learn to pull it up and start again. Only then, in the darkest moments, will the little victories in life seem like the most joyful times. Have you ever noticed that for the most part, you only ever see the happy times in a home movie? There's always something to do when you have a section like this. In this case, it's been raining for quite some time, so I have to let the chickens out and clean their coop. It's sawdust.
With the rod in my hand, I can fish into a big dark lake. Set the feet on the moon with the shiver on my very thigh. The rocks ain't deep, but the spirits stay high, high, high. I was way down, sunrise way down. I was way down. Now it goes down again. It goes down again.
Don't have to go yet.
With the juice of the fruit of the night, I paint my heart on the window. And the trees of my roof is a word for the bird to come. You see, you'll never be alone. You'll never be alone. I was way down,
So this unmowed corner of the lawn is where I plan to put a border, a flower border. It's unmowed at the moment, and I'm really not going to touch it until I get some seeds laid. It's sunny at times, but because of this tree it's quite shady, so I really have to pick the right kind of flowers. And where that gate is, which is not really supposed to be there, I'm going to extend the trellis that you can see there. For the border, you can go down to your local nursery and buy a whole lot of different flowers if you like to, but the cheapest way to do it is to get the seeds themselves. For the border that I'm looking at, it's sunny but shady as well, so you've got to get the right mix. These are wildflower, naturalizing mixture, and adventurous garden mixed. These ones can be in shade or sun, so a good choice for that area. We'll start with the adventurous garden mix. The longer you do your gardening, the more pots you're going to end up with, so you're never going to have a shortage. Don't forget that. I've got the mix of soil and sawdust. Now I'm using these ones. I'm going to put about 2 or 3 seeds per square. I use these ones because they're easy to take out and put straight into the garden. And because it's a mix, all the seeds are slightly different size and shape. Oh, we just lost a couple. So just however they come. Now these are annuals and perennials. So after they finish for the season, some of them will die and never come back, and some of them will be back next year. The seeds will take 7 to 14 days to germinate. Then I've got to let them grow a little bit so they can go into the dirt. So until that time I won't be doing any mowing or weeding or anything to that area. We'll revisit this in coming episodes. In the first episode I showed you how to plant these things. These are the potatoes. Look how much they've come up now. Okay, so simply what we're going to do, just go to the base. I'm going to move the dirt onto them like that, all around, pile it up. Do that with each one of them. So that's the reserve dirt we put aside. Well, these radishes are looking really good at the moment. Some of them are ready to harvest, some of them I've already taken out. They're really nice. There's a few holes, so I'm going to plant some more, but really nice. That's a real good one. You can actually use the leaves in salads. That could be the best radish I've ever tasted. So we're just going to fill the gaps with more radishes, radish seeds. Right, so here's the tomato plant, and as you can see, it's okay, not a bad one. I'm going to have to tie it back very shortly as it grows. It's not grown as much as it should be, so I'm going to have to put some fertilizer and some mulch in there. But if we have a look very closely, right there, because I put compost in this, so the tomato plant can grow better, what I've found is all these little tomato plants, obviously from tomatoes we chucked into the compost, have seeded. There's some more. So I'm going to pull them out and put them in seed trays. I have no idea what kind of tomatoes they are. So before we do anything, what we're going to do is put together a mix of compost and sawdust. I went to the sawmill and got this lovely, have a look at that, beautiful stuff, sawdust, which I can mix in with the compost. So what we're going to do is get a spare bag. So that's the potting mix. And the same equal amount. Oops.
I'll go flower.
3, 4, 5. Okay, so now that we've made the mix, half and half sawdust and soil. Give it a good mix up in the bag. And that's the kind of stuff you should end up with. And we're going to use that for the tomatoes. Okay, so like I said, I have no idea what type of tomatoes these are. They could be beefsteak, they could be cherry tomatoes, they could be money makers, who knows. But we're just going to transfer them just like that. Now granted, some of these may not actually be tomatoes. There, and I'll just keep doing that. Now, yes, I'm going to have so many tomatoes I'm not going to know what to do with them. But we can trade them or sell them or who knows, but I don't see why we need to waste them. Here's another one. Now this is the risky bit because I don't really want to destroy the tomato plant, but it's not doing very well in this particular soil. So I'm going to dig it up and re-compost it and see how it goes. Okay, so we've got a hole, got rid of all the weeds and all the tomato seedlings. I'm going to put some compost down, which is the potting mix and the sawdust. Pop in our tomato that wasn't doing too well. And recover it. Just like that. And then with any luck, that'll go very, very well. The sun's out, lots of rain, all good. When it comes to maintaining your flowers, you do what's called deadheading. Oh, that one came off anyway. That's pretty. And that means just taking off everything that's pretty dead. And then you can put more energy into creating more flowers. Pretty.